Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Putting Patients First. I'm Jillian Corliss. I am the Senior Manager of Indigenous Partnerships at Michael Smith Health Research BC. And I'm joined by my colleague Sara from the BC Support Unit at Health Research BC. Together, we would like to open our time here in a good way. Let's begin with gratitude by acknowledging the beautiful, unceded, and ancestral lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. We also acknowledge the diverse First Nations across British Columbia who have inherent rights rooted in the connection to their lands and waters, which have never been surrendered. In the spirit of reconciliation, we aim to practice cultural safety, value Indigenous ways of knowing, and respect the rights of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples.
Thank you, Jillian. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sara Lima-Branco, and I'm the project specialist for the BC Support Unit. I'd like now to invite Dr. Elder Roberta Price and Elder Delhia Nahanee to the stage. I'm very pleased to welcome Dr. Elder Roberta Price today. We're privileged to have a long-standing relationship with Dr. Elder Roberta. In fact, this marks the 6th year that Dr. Elder Roberta has given us the honor of starting our conference day in the good way. She has joined us multiple times over the years for Putting Patients First, and when she wasn't able to attend, she took great care in connecting us with another elder. For over 30 years, Dr. Elder Roberta Price has actively shared her leadership, wisdom, and teachings at UBC and throughout the Lower Mainland to assist both Indigenous and non-Indigenous community members to achieve improved outcomes in healthcare. A member of the Coast Salish Nunamah and Cowichan nations, she has been instrumental in helping to create shared spaces for both Indigenous and Western approaches to healing and health. Her ongoing involvement and leadership in research projects have been key to the continued work of decolonizing healthcare and creating cultural safety and equity for Indigenous patients. In 2021, Dr. Elder Roberta was honored the Honorary Doctor of Laws for her accomplishments and advocacy. I'm also very pleased to introduce Elder Delhia Nahanee. Elder Nahanee is a proud representative of both the Nisga'a and Squamish nations in British Columbia. With degrees in psychology and social work from the University of British Columbia, she exemplifies a strong commitment to education and community service. Currently, she serves as the Elder in Residence at Capilano University, where her extensive knowledge and experience inspire and empower students. As a vital member of the Indigenous Peoples Engagement and Research Council, she actively drives forward important Indigenous initiatives. Additionally, her role on the board of directors for the Kilala Lelam Clinic underscores her unwavering dedication to the health and well-being of her communities. Elder Nahanee passionately shares her culture through song and dance with the Chinook Songcatchers, embodying her late father, Chief Cheater Moore OBC's belief that the best way to learn is to participate. Dr. Elder Roberta and Elder Delhia, we are grateful for your guidance and knowledge as we collaborate, connect, and learn together today at Putting Patients First 2026. Welcome.
Haichkasiem, as taught to me by my elders in the Coast Salish territory. The people who traveled the furthest are the first people to speak and open on the floor, as well as being lovingly married into the Squamish Nation. So I pass this over to my dear sister, Elder Delhia, and then she'll pass it back to me. Osiem, Osiem. Thank you, Elder Delhia.
Right here? Okay. Can you hear me? Osiem, Osiaya, Nath Quinn Dalgamha, Korsamin, Aslahan, Okomeo. Hathsquile, to all of you, good morning. I would like to welcome you to the ancestral lands of Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh. We are honored to have you. May our ancestors guide and care for you in these lands as you do your business. We ask our ancestors to step aside as we do the work for the living. I'm going to sing for you a song that was written by Sequoia. Sequoia was, she held our teachings very strong. She was one of the last people to be living at Stanley Park. And this is Sequoia's song, and it's called Greeting of the Day.
Thank you so much, Elder Delhia. Aichka Siem, as taught to me by my elders in the Coast Salish territory, when you put on parts of your regalia or your full regalia, as you see some of our elders, knowledge keepers, cultural teachers do, what you are doing, our elders teach us, what you are doing is you are giving a notice, you are giving an indication to the Creator and the ancestors that you're going to share some important words and perhaps share in some ceremony. So you see, my dear sister, Elder Delhia has a beautiful, beautiful regalia gifted to her from the Squamish Nation. So beautiful, and has her drum. I've placed a cedar headband on my head taken out my sacred cedar boughs and my eagle feather wand to give that respectful notice and indication that we will share some important words and share in ceremony. So thank you everyone for listening to the teachings of our ancestors. Haichka, Haichka Siem Siaya, greetings and welcome everyone. As Coast Salish matriarch and elder, I wish to give a very warm thank you to all my relatives on the Musqueam, the Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh for welcoming me to live in the unceded lands of my relatives, Musqueam, in Richmond, going on 46 years now. As Coast Salish matriarch and elder, I wish to give each and every one a very warm welcome who live, work, and play, teach and learn, give and receive service. Celebrate this beautiful conference day on our unceded, ancestral, and occupied lands of my relatives, Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh. Always holding my hands up in honor and thanks to my beautiful mentor teaching elders. Elder Vince Stogan from Musqueam, Elder Bob George from Tsleil-Waututh, to always follow in their mentoring footsteps, their mentoring teachings, to always share a blessing and a prayer whenever we come together. Thank you everyone again for listening to the teachings of our ancestors. So I'd like to respectfully honor one of the 30 elders that I had the grace and the blessing to be cared for, prayed over, and loved unconditionally. One of the beautiful elders that I work with, learned from, mentored by, for over 25 years, loves to share the teachings of Elder Fred John, who always taught us about the healing of Mother Earth. He always shared we must take care, kind care of Mother Earth, because Mother Earth will heal us. I'll share a quick experience with you. Always going to my elders in my early years, crying my tears out, thinking my elders are going to solve the world for me, had a workplace issue, was feeling very, very hurt, and I went to Elder Fred. He had that big, gigantic drum, and he was just finishing a circle with that drum. So I'm crying away my tears to Elder Fred, and our elders always sit quietly and listen. We listen to what is being shared with us. After some silence, Elder Fred said to me, "Roberta, Mother Earth will heal you, Roberta. Mother Earth will heal you." He said, "I want you to step outside." We were right beside a field. "Step right outside in that field out there, Roberta. Take your shoes and socks off and place your feet into Mother Earth. Mother Earth will heal you, Roberta." I have to share with you, as taught to me by my beautiful elders, and I share those teachings out there, when you are given a direction, a guidance by an elder, you do not follow it. You do not argue. You do not say no. But I have to share with you, everyone, it was my mind that resisted. My mind resisted. You know why? It happened to be a very cold, freezing November day. My mind resisted, but I knew I had to follow Elder Fred's teaching. So I went out in that field, I gingerly took off my shoes and socks, I placed my feet into Mother Earth just like Elder Fred shared with me. As I did that, the coolness of that Mother Earth shot up through my feet, up my legs, right to the top of my head. I felt like I had a little bit of a dip in the river. And as I put my shoes and socks back on to go in to thank my beautiful mentor teacher, Elder Fred, I have to share with you, whatever it was I was crying about, totally evaporated up into the universe. So we listen respectfully and kindly to the teachings of our elders. So I would like to share Elder Fred's teaching with you this morning as I share the blessing and the prayer. Elder Fred, when he had us in those teaching circles with him indoors, he would say, "Everyone, we can still ground ourselves to Mother Earth even though we're inside, even though there's a floor maybe 4 or 5 floors up, foundation beneath the building, we can still ground ourselves to Mother Earth, Elder Fred would teach us. So I kindly and respectfully ask you to follow in those teachings as I share the blessing and the prayer. Elder Fred would all have us place both feet firmly onto the floor, both feet firmly onto the floor. Elder Fred would share with us, open up the palms of your hands, place the palms of your hands on your knees and press them into the floor to ground yourself to Mother Earth. Elder Fred would share as I share the blessing and the prayer. Thank you again, everyone. Osiem, osiem. Haichka, Haichka, osiem, osiem. We give you many, many thanks, Creator, for bringing us all together here today in person and virtually in such a warm, loving, and respectful way. We ask, Creator, that you bless the ones who are away due to illness or other obligations. Bless the ones yet to join us. Help them to join safely. We call upon you, Creator, to bring your blessings down upon our minds, our hearts, our bodies, our spirits. So when we think our thoughts, they are good, positive, and respectful. When we speak our words, they are good, positive, and respectful. And we call upon you, Creator, to bless the people who have prepared the food and drink, serve the food and drink. Bless the food and drink we put in to nourish our bodies on our journeys to wellness and strength. We also give you kind thanks and many blessings down upon all the beautiful people who have worked on the front lines, behind the scenes, setting up for the conference, with the technology, with the support for everything we're going to do in the conference. We ask for those blessings and thanks, Creator. And we kindly and respectfully ask you, Creator, to bring special blessings of protection down upon all the beautiful people who are working so very hard in so many ways, in so many places during this pandemic, for all illnesses, for the safe delivery of our grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and especially for the ongoing opioid crisis. Continue to bless and protect them and their families, Creator. And we kindly and respectfully ask you, Creator, to bring very special blessings of protection and healing down upon our beautiful, beautiful Mother Earth and all of the wounds put upon Mother Earth, all of the effects of those wounds put upon Mother Earth that have brought us the extreme rain, wind, wildfires, hurricanes, snowstorms, earthquakes, that have impacted families and communities here all over Turtle Island and right around the globe, Creator. Bless and protect our beautiful Mother Earth and all the beautiful families and communities into health and healing, Creator. And we kindly and respectfully ask you, Creator, to bring very special blessings of protection and healing down upon all the beautiful families and communities who are experiencing the extreme oppression in many, many parts of the world as we meet here today, Creator. Bless and protect our beautiful families and communities into health and healing, Creator. And we kindly and respectfully ask you, Creator, to bring very special blessings of protection and healing down upon all our beautiful matriarchs, our daughters, our granddaughters, our great-granddaughters who experience oppression here all over Turtle Island, in Iran, Afghanistan, India, and many, many parts of the world as we meet here today, Creator. Bless and protect our beautiful matriarchs, our daughters, our granddaughters, our great-granddaughters, and especially blessing and protecting all our relatives of all identities into health and healing, Creator. And we kindly and respectfully ask you, Creator, to wrap each and every one of us here and all of our loved ones in the warmest blanket of protection as we all continue on this sometimes hard-working journey in our lives, keeping us all safe in our travels both near and far, Creator. And we always give you many, many thanks, Creator, as we ask you to bring all of your blessings down upon all the ones who are hurting, all the ones who are grieving, all the ones who are hungry, all the ones without homes, and especially, Creator, all the ones who are hurting, all the ones who are grieving. Haichka, Haichka OCM, OCM. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope we have a great, great conference. OCM, OCM.
Thank you, Dr. Elder Roberta and Elder Delhia. As we move into our opening remarks, I'd like to take a moment to share just a few housekeeping details. First, this conference is being supported by the Whova app. You should have downloaded this app as part of the pre-conference email, although now is your final cue to please do so. The app supports us to minimize our impact to the environment and supports a dynamic conference experience. On the app, you'll find the agenda for today, the conference booklet, and the list of themes for our afternoon session. The app is also how you can submit your questions to our two keynote presenters today. A reminder that we will be taking photos throughout the event. These photos will be shared on our communication channels, including our website and social media. During your registration, if you opted not to have your photo taken, you would have been given a red lanyard at check-in. Please ensure your lanyard is visible so we respect your wishes. We have several rooms cordoned off for various uses today. A business room is available in the Lonsdale room if you need to take calls, and a wellness room is available if you need a quiet space in the Caulfield room. Acknowledging our conference takes place during Ramadan, a prayer room is also available in the Hollyburn room. For guests with additional accessibility needs, please check the accessibility page on Whova or speak with someone at the front desk who can respond to any of your inquiries. Gender-neutral bathrooms are available on the 4th floor. And finally, please take good care of yourselves today. Move, stand, and take breaks as you need. If you have any questions throughout the day, please ask the friendly staff at registration, and if you're joining us virtually, you can message event support in the chat while on Zoom. I'd now like to introduce Monica Mamut and Sherri Mytopher to the stage for our opening remarks. Monica Mamut is the Unit Director for the BC Support Unit at Michael Smith Health Research BC. Her leadership at the BC Support Unit contributes to strengthening patient-oriented research, improving research evidence use in the health system, and supporting cross-sector collaboration across BC. Welcome, Monica.
Thank you, Sada. And thank yous, Elder Delhia and Dr. Elder Roberta, for your opening prayer to start our day in a good way. I raise my hands up to you and thanks for your wisdom and your teachings. Good morning, and welcome everyone in the room and online to Putting Patients First, hosted by the BC Support Unit as part of Michael Smith Health Research BC. My name is Monica Mamut, and I am the Unit Director for the BC Support Unit. And I'm joined on stage by one of the unit's longtime patient partners and my colleague, Sherri Mytopher, who will offer her thoughts shortly. Together, we dedicate our opening remarks to our dear departed friend, Lisa Ridgway, who loved our Putting Patients First conferences as much as she took pride in being a patient partner. Why? How? What would happen if? These are the starting points of strong health research questions. They are the foundation of discovery, innovation, and system transformation. Why does it take years for research findings to be used in patient care? How can we close this gap? What would happen if we created a space, maybe a party, to accelerate how research can move closer to the bedside? In response to the first two questions, the Canadian Institutes for Health Research, or CIHR, launched the Strategy for Patient-Oriented Research in 2011, a national commitment to ensuring that high-quality research does not sit on shelves but informs clinical practice and health systems. Central to that strategy is the meaningful engagement of patients in research with a focus on the questions that matter most to them. The BC Support Unit, as part of Health Research BC, is proud to be part of this national research strategy. Since 2016, with funding from the province of British Columbia and CIHR, we have worked to strengthen the province's capacity to conduct patient-oriented research, building infrastructure, supporting investigators and patient partners, and advancing the research evidence that can improve care. As for the third question, putting patients first is the party. Over its 8 events, what began as a conference has evolved into a learning community founded by personal commitments to honest dialogue and courageous thinking about how we strengthen our health ecosystem. By listening more closely and collaborating more thoughtfully, we have challenged ourselves to design systems, policies, and practices that work for patients, not just in theory, but in real life. Today's conference is delivered live and online to increase accessibility across British Columbia, across Canada, and internationally, reflecting the reach, the relevance, and the interest in this work. 1/3 of our 650 participants are joining from outside of BC, with a significant contingent from outside of Canada. Patients, caregivers, policymakers, research institutions, researchers from trainees to senior scientists in both academic and clinical settings, students, Indigenous leaders, and communities, engineers, clinicians, all of BC's health authorities, not-for-profits, executive and board members, sport colleagues. These are all important indicators of diversity. High-impact health research depends on collaboration across disciplines, sectors, and lived experience. In a turbulent economy and under global pressures, maintaining our ability to work across boundaries is essential if we are to generate strong evidence, strengthen our health system, and improve patient outcomes. As our health ecosystem evolves, so too must our research. Technologies advance, care models shift, pressures intensify, yet one principle remains constant: patients must come first. When we anchor our research questions, methods, and implementation strategies in patient needs, voices, and lived experience, we produce better evidence and better care. So, what are we going to do today? This morning, we are delighted to welcome Dr. Antoine Boivin, who will challenge us to think about our ecologies of well-being. Following this, we will showcase 32 projects and programs by the BC Support Unit, funded by the BC Support Unit, as tangible examples of patient-oriented research in action across our province. These projects demonstrate how rigorous research, strengthened by lived experience, can inform practice and policy. Today's conference theme is learning communities. For those of you who attended our conference last time, where we learned about learning health systems, today we will zoom in on an area in learning health systems, models, and frameworks that is practical and can be experienced today in real time. So after lunch, we will form learning communities to dialogue on the systems challenges that you had submitted upon registration. Do you remember those? It's okay if you don't. We have cheat sheets at the tables and through our online facilitation. We hope that you will weave in what you've learned this morning in real time into your afternoon conversations. Finally, we will close with the power of Sarah Green's perspective on community and collective vision, followed by reflections from friends, our executive, and board. I encourage each of you to engage fully today. Ask questions, share your expertise, bring your lived experience, your curiosity, your courage. Today, we simply ignite the party sparklers of conversation for you to carry with you out the door. So in close, thank you for the dedication of your time today. It is your most valuable resource. Thank you for your investment. I'm looking forward to the meaningful discussions ahead, and yes, enjoy the party. I'll turn over to Sherri now for her opening remarks.
Good morning. My name is Sherri Mytopher, and I'm from Fort St. John, BC. I have been a patient partner since 2016 at the beginning of the support unit's lifetime. I remember one of my first conversations with Dr. Sterling Bryan, who led the BC support unit at the time. He asked me how I was feeling about being a patient partner, and I told him, I don't feel my voice is important. He looked at me. He looked down at me because he's pretty tall and I am not so much. He smiled and he said, "Patient voices are the most important ones at the table." Well, of course they are, and this is why we're here. Living in a rural community in northern BC, I offer a unique perspective regarding the challenges and opportunities receiving care. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2013. It took me several hospital visits, doctor visits, and traveling for MRIs hours away from my home before finally receiving a diagnosis in a different province. It took me more than 2 years to get a neurologist who is based here 14 hours away from my home, and then I finally began treatment. It was a scary and frustrating time, and I know I'm not alone in having a journey like this. On one hand, this is the state of healthcare in Canada. On the other hand, are we okay with this? The strategy for patient-oriented research was a bold move by a research funding agency. It put the work of the BC Support Unit and its strategy-funded colleagues in a gray space between health research and health systems. As Monica mentioned, we call it the health ecosystem. It's innovative to provide the means to lift all voices for health ecosystem improvement. We are thankful to CIHR and every provincial and territorial government in the country for supporting this work. Patients have the voice to make a change. We have the power to make a difference. What difference have I made? Aside from my involvement with the BC Support Unit and other SPOR-funded colleagues across the country, my involvement in research studies has offered me the opportunity to change what MS research can produce. Involving patients in research has so many downstream effects. Patient partners can strengthen study outputs and outcomes, empower healthcare providers, and improve patient care. December 8th, 2025 may possibly have been my last dose of MS medication, ever. Of course, I still have MS, but this is proof that patients have the power to change their medical journey by advocating for what they need and be hopeful that collaboration in the health ecosystem makes a difference. To the patients in the room, I hope I empower you. To everyone else, let's make things better together. Monica and I would like to express our immense gratitude to our many party planners. The numbers involved are countless, and we encourage you to turn to our digital conference booklet in Whova to read each and every name across multiple committees to realize today's conference, or party, as Monica mentioned. I want to leave you with something Lisa Ridgway said. She was our fierce patient partner who is gone too soon. As patient partners, we want to be an ordinary part of health research. We want to be welcomed warmly as colleagues because we bring anything but ordinary stories. We bring our extraordinary lived experience. Thank you.